Because Tyler's like reacting this time. Alright, well, looks like we're back. We had a crash. We're loading the game back up. We also had a spectator bug too.
Yeah, but it looks like everything's sorted out now, and we're coming up on turn 5, and it looks like shenanigans happened somewhere between turns 3 through 4.
Yeah.
And that led to this mech rogue, it looks like, taking the board. Not the heaviest lineup he has, like there's no Yeti or Shredders, but decent answers in his hand, you know, like, and definitely a lot of power about to come out with this Assassin's Blade and Deadly Poison.
Yeah, but it looks like Pyromancer Consecration coming out here.
Oh yeah.
For that extra damage on the mech warper.
Yeah. Unbeknownst to him, it doesn't actually do anything to hurt this rogue, but it does, like, I think he just, even just the board clear is obviously good enough.
Mm-hmm. Well, because now he can use this dagger to take out the.
Yeah, and I actually think like this is fine. I was gonna say like using the one charge on this and then going for Assassin's Blade. It makes him a little bit more vulnerable
he could even
to
wait
Harrison.
Well, yeah, it does make him vulnerable, but
it's just like he doesn't have any other play. Like he can re-dagger, but I think the only reason you wouldn't do this is because you're really like trying to play around Harrison, which would just be like a game ender right here. But
two Sunwalkers coming out.
Two Sunwalkers, so it's definitely an old style, more control paladin, which we've seen coming up, and yeah, definitely gonna get Saparuni'd right there.
Deadly Poison, Eviscerate.
I don't even think
that's gonna be.
You can probably
that's almost.
That's.
That'll put him at 2.
Oh, actually,
high.
yeah. This.
If he Blade Furies, then it'll put him
this
at
just
2.
gives him like tons of pressure. So then there's 4 damage, and you don't Blade Fury now, but
yeah.
You're definitely happy to
But
have
you know
this.
a Sunwalker's coming out this turn, so.
Oh yeah.
So how are you gonna do it?
Absolutely has to. Yeah, second Sap did get burned earlier in the
Unless
game,
he draws something that he could Blade Fury again.
Well, I mean, second Deadly Poison just wins him the game.
Yeah.
But he just needs like the last 2 points of burn, which I don't think Inspectah has a play other than just kind of like toss this out again and hope for the best. He does know both Saps are gone, so Xaenne is very likely out of answers, and it's a mech rogue, so it doesn't have as many spells to deal with board as say Oil Rogue. And yeah, Iron Sensei's not gonna be it. He can freeze this and start kind of like whacking it, but that Divine Shield is really troublesome. Like it's gonna take 12 points of damage to deal with this. You definitely don't Blade Fury. You lose too much value on your weapon. Like 15 points.
Yeah, because he could take this out and still hit face and Blade Fury.
Yeah, I think you just like pop the Divine Shield and freeze it just to kind of like hold it. Yeah, and that is gonna be the play.
Because he could always. There's not really many things he could draw on Eviscerate. But that won't really do anything.
No, Eviscerate, it's lethal even without the combo.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he does go for the Blade Fury. Oh, to clear board.
Oh, he could just, if he doesn't lay, well, he's gonna lay down in the top, but he doesn't know that. But I mean, he's probably thinking, I could dagger.
The thing, he should have, I think he probably should have held off on the turn and seen what Inspectah does, because now Inspectah knows he has to play a taunt, whereas he might have been baited into
or lay on hands.
Making a different play next turn. He is actually sort of baited to lay on hands. Which
I think lay on hands would actually probably be the better play.
It's a lot safer, because right now you lose to a top deck with a taunt out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like Rogue doesn't have direct damage spells. Yeah, Xane's definitely getting like frustrated. He knows he's completely out of gas right now, and he just has to wait to see how his opponent like reacts to the pressure he's put out. Which, to be fair, isn't much. It is like a 2/2, which is technically threatening lethal, but you know there's going to be answers. Oh, it looks like Inspectah is risking putting out the Sunwalker. Yeah. Gonna go for that and silencing the Sensei just to make sure he doesn't get any extra value out of it. It does also challenge it because the owl could just trade in later. Anoyatron gonna buy Xaenne a little bit of time, but you know, the silence on the Iron Sensei is actually gonna play really big dividends, making
because that
on the 1/2.
It could have been a huge Anoyatron. He wouldn't have been able just to take it out with the owl. Well, I guess he still could have taken it out. He could have owl popped and then Divine Sunwalker into it, but
yeah. But I think he also just really wanted to like have some minions on the board, just to be ready, especially because he knows, ooh, that's gonna be a draw. But I think he has to lay on hands this turn. It's nice to have, but he's secured board. He just saw his aggro deck opponent play nothing basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously not even like close to lethal. Well, maybe he's holding on to one card. Doesn't know what it is. But I think this time you really just like you feel a lot safer at 10 health than 2 health.
For sure.
Yeah.
His hands would be really full now too.
Yeah. Which isn't terrible. I don't think he's gonna lose a card out of this. Mostly.
Well, luckily he got the zombie chow.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It just fills the board a little bit. It does trade him to this board a little.
I guess you can start picking into Sunwalker now.
Yeah. He does like trade into it, but you know, Inspectah just has a completely full hand that he's holding on to, and like this 10 health is actually going to be a pretty long reach right now. Like we've seen Assassin's Blade gone, a Blade Fury gone, both saps, and yeah, I honestly don't know like what burn is left in Xaenne's deck to close this out, and I think that's why we see him like starting to get frustrated. I don't know if yeah, I'm just not even sure what he could draw to close this out.
Yeah, I'm trying to think right now. Like, an oil could help a lot, but he's not gonna have any minions because he's gonna have to put the spider tank into the Sunwalker.
Yeah.
He has another deadly poison. I doubt he has another assassins, but he probably just runs one.
Yeah, I would be really surprised if there's a second assassins in here. And yeah, now it's just gonna be taunt after taunt. This boat's just gonna like lock them down even further. And oh, Lothab, just gonna absolutely secure it, even if he draws into burn now. Mech Warper, not even close to what he needs. Yeah, I think Inspectah's just like managed to just barely lock this game down after coming so close to the brink of death.
Yeah, I wonder if he might be so frustrated because maybe he noticed where he missed that 2 points of damage from.
Yeah, I think so.
Because we did miss a couple turns, maybe something happened.
That's true. That's true. Honestly, I think probably like popping the early Blade Fury did it. He could have, yeah, if he had just held onto it, Inspectah might have been baited into making a different play, and maybe not laying down the second taunt, or just
it would have probably forced him to lay on hands. Like,
yeah, and I think he could have bursted through that because if he laid on hands and didn't lay a taunt, he could have attacked for 5 damage and then blown up for another 5.
We also don't know what he used the first sap on. Maybe he feels.
That's true.
Because if he would have saved the sap, that Sunwalker Blade Fury, like the Sunwalker was frozen, and then next turn he could have attacked Blade Fury.
Here comes the Tank Master's just obviously like several turns too late, and I'm gonna guess this is a one of in this deck. Yeah, just popping it, and that's kind of the game basically, unless he decides to pull this out. Yeah, he's gonna go for it. I mean, he does have the Paladin down to 6 health. And it's not quite lethal for him, so he might just draw into. Actually, no. Yeah, I don't think there's a single card that'll do it.
Yeah.
He would need like. Yeah, he need like a second deadly and second eviscerate. Was probably the gamble, but you know, deadly isn't gonna be any use now without with Blade Fury gone.
For sure.
Yeah, Paladin's just free to spam board now.
He has no way to clear like those 2 taunts to get through.
Yeah, exactly. And just the beatdown starts, and I don't know, we'll see what the last card is, if it would have made a difference. Sprint.
That could have actually.
Yeah, that actually could have helped a lot earlier in this game. Back-to-back auto barbers. There's the eviscerate. Several turns away. And look at Xaenne. He's so mad that this Eviscerate was just so far down in his deck. I mean...
If he would have just saved that Blade Fury a little longer... I mean, he would have died, but... I guess you can get him back down to 2 health before he...
Maybe, yeah.
Kills himself.
Just let him know that he was that close. And that is going to be the end of Game 1. Inspectah taking this by, like... just by the skin of his bones. Dishing out the well plays, and they don't have the option to keep this deck or go into his Mech Mage heading into game number 2.
Yeah, we've already seen Inspectah's Warlock in the past. We know it's a greedy hand lock unless he's changed it up this week, but which I don't think he did.
You think? Yeah.
Just let them know they can go ahead and start. But yeah, that's just like. I mean, I wish we saw like the first 3 turns. Maybe we would have seen where that sap was used, because it could have made a huge difference actually.
Yeah, and honestly, at the end, it really did just come out just a bit of draw on Zane's part if he had gotten like the eviscerate a little bit earlier, because he did just whittle him down like just so close. And it looks like it is going to be he's deciding to switch it up and go into Mech Mage against Handlock.
Which he could just be looking for early control and ignoring the Moltons and hope he doesn't get taunts on him early.
Yeah, that's true. What do you think about this matchup? See, this is one where I actually think the Rogue would have been a little bit better if it is carrying the saps. Because sapping the big taunt targets on the Handlock can be just like absolutely game-ending. And we see right now in Inspectah, he does have a Molten Giant and he does have some Sun Furies. So he is not going to be afraid to get pretty low.
Thalnos a new addition to his deck. He doesn't usually ran that in the past.
It is a bit of a draw, and I guess it gives him a little bit more reach with, like, say his AoE clear, like his Hellfires, his Shadow Flames.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it cycles, so it doesn't interrupt your Mountain Giants if you decide to play it on curve just to like to contest the board a little. Even just to like tank some damage. Or it does trade into like all these 1 health gnomes that you see so much of.
Well, Xane's starting with a board that he seems content with, but...
Oh, definitely. This is actually like pretty strong as far as like mech boards are concerned. Like he has a 4/4 and a 4/5.
Goblin Blast Mage next turn.
Yeah, and Fireball ready, which, you know, he's going to need. Like, this is turn 4. This is the power play for Handlock, so he has to be ready for something here. But it doesn't look like...
He doesn't really have anything to play.
Yeah, Inspectah doesn't draw into...
He could Ancient Launcher taunted up, but that's about... He could Thalnos.
Yeah, he can't poach.
Oh, he could Coin Belcher, actually. He does have a coin.
Yeah, that might be the best if he wants to save his Taunt Givers, but no, it looks like he's just going to burn it. The problem is, he can just... Did you just go for the Fireball and lose it against a Giant?
Now,
maybe, yeah, maybe now when you draw into second.
I was going to say, he could have, buffed the Yeti.
That works. Oh, no, you don't... Oh, that... I feel like that's a waste, because now he's playing, like, straight into Molten. Although... Well, wait, no, he has... lethal next turn with
a good blast
Fireball
mage.
Ping, but the antique heal bot might just close that out.
Well, what is if he antique heal bot? So, like, he's gonna have 10. Like, it's not gonna. It'll still be lethal.
Yeah, it will still be lethal.
He has to Mountain Giant taunt.
Yeah, that's the only play, and he's still dead.
Yeah.
I think Xaenne just took this.
Quickly.
Very quickly. I mean, it is Mech Mage. It's exactly what I expected. The double Fireball burn is absolutely clutch.
That's why I was surprised he
even
even used the Fireball. I mean, he misplayed, like...
Well, actually, no. Like, looking back on it, maybe he thought about... he couldn't... Well, no, but he couldn't back-to-back Fireball.
Yeah, but if he
might
would
have
have
been
attacked
thinking...
with the Yeti, he could have Fireballed face, put him at 6 health this turn. The Yeti would be at 1 health, which would be susceptible to Mortal Coil, but, like... Are you really worried about that when you have him at 6 health, plus this board, plus another Fireball, plus a Blast Mage? Like, it's a lot of damage you can just pull out of nowhere.
Ooh, and it looks like it's going to be Molten Giant Siphon Soul, but that's not going to be enough. Yeah, and Xaenne taking this game 1 with back-to-back Fireballs. You know, like, looking back, I think it was probably just wanting to play the Fireballs back-to-back, because the 12 damage burn is just absolutely brutal, and, like, you know... in weird way, it is like the one thing that will like bypass, you know, your free 8/8s. And yeah, just in spectacular fashion, like Handlock just way too slow against Mech Mage.
I mean, we will see it again. He's gonna have to bring it back out against the Mech Rope. We'll see how that matchup fares now.
Definitely Sap is gonna be like the key card in that matchup. I think you wanna mulligan into that. Just absolutely destroys the Handlock's tempo.
Yeah, it looks like they just hop right back into this game 3.
Now, the other advantage to this is for Inspectah, the Mech Rogue is a decent bit slower than the Freeze Mage, and it has the same burn, maybe a little bit more than Mech Mage, but it's combo reliant. Like, you need Assassin's Blade, or you need Tank Meisters and Blade Furies, whereas, you know, like Fireball to the face is just Fireball to the face. You don't have to think about that play.
For sure, definitely. But he does get the early mech whooper, which is exactly what he wants going into a sensei on turn 2. But he
Actually
could get
coins
silence.
him out. Maybe a bit greedy, but he does have he does have the sensei and spider tank to follow up, and actually definitely gonna be the sensei. Like you buff up that whooper and even draws a free gnome.
But but don't you want to buff the warper though?
I feel like you do, but at the same time.
But I guess buffing a 2/1 isn't the worst thing either, because now Mortal Coil. Okay, so that's still fair.
Yeah, it does buff it up, and it develops the board. Like, look at this. This is a turn 2, 4-3, 2-3, and 2-2. And I definitely think this is the right play by Inspectah. Like, he just has to contest board right now. He doesn't have a turn 4 play. So, yeah. Just give yourself a turn 3 Yeti.
So, yeah, Spider Tank coming out.
Yeah, Xaenne still gets to play the curve and, yeah, just beating his face. I think, yeah, you don't make this trade. Ooh, 6-5. That's actually getting like, that is a scary gnome. That is a scary 1-drop. So I think Inspectah definitely has to take out the... Oh,
he has a faceless. I don't know.
Oh, he does have a faceless, but not until next turn. So what do? Do you take out both with Owl into Sensei, Watcher into Tank, and leave up the 6-5?
I think you do leave up the 6-5.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't trade into it, because trading into it leaves up the Sensei, and then he's just going to make 5-6 again from the Spider Tank.
He actually goes face and leaves up the Sensei.
Ooh. Maybe, does he have he does have BGH. I guess that's what he's banking on. He might get a free kill.
Oh, yeah.
The taunt? Yeah, put the taunt on the 4-4. Protect the 6-5.
Yeah, but if he would have played Pilot Shredder, he would have had the chance to not get BGH this turn, which he will get.
Yeah, that's true. But if he BGHs, like, he has to spend 3 mana to get rid of one thing. There's still 6 damage on the board, and... Oh, wait, no, but he can Molten Giant now and BGH. Okay, yeah. That's fine, then. Yeah, as long as he got to play the curve. I was thinking, like, if he couldn't, like, play anything with the BGH, this was going to be pretty weak, but,
Ooh, he gets the stealth. So now he can play the Spider Tank or the Shredder and stealth it up. Or stealth up the Sensei for another turn.
Yeah. He's going to go with the Spider Tank. I think he wants to, like, get the dagger ready.
Okay.
It doesn't hurt in case he needs it. And he can even just take out the owl.
Nope, no face. Hard face.
No face. All day, every day face. Put your opponent just so low. See, now he's just in burst range. He hasn't drawn any of his burn. He hasn't drawn any Blade Fairies. He hasn't drawn any Eviscerates. No Saps. Inspectah is just dead to so many things right now. He has to clear absolutely everything. He can't let a single thing go. Siphon Souling this buff Spider Tank just for the 3 health, but this Mountain Giant does get to go face now. And Xaenne actually going to be under a bit of pressure. He doesn't have an answer to this, and another turn of this in this game is actually fairly even. He needs to draw into some burn very quickly.
Yeah, he needs either a Tink Oil or a Deadly Poison. Oh my gosh.
So do you heal bot or do you Sludge Belcher?
Maybe it's heal bot so you get more taps in.
Yeah.
Because you could heal bot and tap this turn.
Yeah, I think you heal bot and you clear board, and you know, hope nothing good comes out of the Shredder.
The Mana Addict.
Yeah.
We've seen it. We've seen the Mana Addict.
But yeah, because then you can faceless Manipulator your Belcher on the later turn, whereas facelessing the heal bot doesn't do anything. I think most of you're just too low to be dead to too much burn. Like we see Xaenne in hand has, I guess, 3 points of burn with Blade Fury SI.
Mm-hmm.
So Deadly Poison brings that up to 5.
Ooh.
Oh, Egg not going to be what he wants to see.
He could SI7 agent it though, right?
Oh, that's true, but it'll be asleep on his turn. So it's he'll turn off. I mean, it gives him a bit of like Hellfire protection, but that's really
Still
about
decides
it.
to tap.
Goes for the tap, and yeah, then going for the heal bot. Now he is actually... he's 1 off lethal. Funny enough, on the next turn, Noyatron going to be huge pain for these Mountain Giants.
Does he just go face with a 7 agent, or does he kill his egg now?
I think now he needs to develop board. Like, 13 is just, like, a little bit out of reach. And I guess just go face and dagger up. Like, you know, no point in playing around Moans anymore.
Do you stealth anything here on this turn?
I mean, what are you gonna stealth? I
I'm
guess
just
maybe
wondering
the
what you thought.
4/4. Yeah. The things I don't think like.
You'd rather get a damage in first and then stealth it. Like it's really hard to justify.
Oh, he
stealthing.
didn't read dagger up. I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
that was a misplay. Yeah, because he has the 2 mana left, and like if he was gonna. Like if he wasn't gonna spend it, why wouldn't you just like
Then
dagger again?
he daggered and used it already.
That turn?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. We would
Didn't he?
see his hero power
Oh, never mind. I thought
right
that
out.
was it.
Yeah, yeah. Just a slight misplay, but it could come back to bite him because he might.
Draw into lethal with a Tinkoil or a
Yeah,
Poison.
and not be able to get the swing in because.
Well, if it's Tinkoil, it won't matter because that'll give you the damage you missed. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess he'll have the mana to say re-dagger, Tank Master, and Blade Fury. No, but then he won't get the combo.
yeah,
No, yeah, actually, yeah, a bit of a misplay on Zane's part. Unfortunate. But
you can always use a stealth.
maybe a
as the
bit
combo,
irrelevant
though.
anyway because Inspectah does have taunts now, at least with this Sludge Vulture. And choosing to clear board, yeah, definitely know the disagree of this. Like, you have so much power, and like, if you're 1 damage off lethal anyway, like, you may as well just, yeah, put up the Belcher and threaten it next turn. Because it's not like Handlock has too much reach with just Hellfire. Ooh. Good pull, but just a bit late. He... Actually, I think that's game.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't have a way out of this, and Inspectah has lethal on board. Wow, taking this game on the back of these Molten Giants. Just absolutely crazy. Yeah, forced to clear this, go face, but that's... Oh, wait, no, he can Blade Fury to clear.
Oh, yeah, he can Blade Fury it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he has to. He's dead otherwise.
It's not terrible. You still hate to leave that 1 up, but...
Yeah, especially when it does just have, like, the 1 point... Oh,
And then
well, there's nothing to sacrifice it against, but... Oh, wow. God, just such a greedy Handlock deck. Like, just look at his hand. Like, everything is just, minions. I mean, it looks like he also just got a bit, you know...
Well, he's been holding
over
those
by
mountains.
He's been well. I mean, he's had to hold the mountains. There's been just no other play. So do you? I think you can just Twilight face. Oh no, you don't want to faceless an 8/1. And oh, you've taken that a little bit earlier.
What are you looking for?
A sap.
I don't know, Eltron.
It has to be sap.
He gets the sap. And he gets the Blade Fury.
Yeah, he has to sap the 8/8. Yeah. So he has Blade Fury. So what do you do next turn? You can hit for 6. He's still 3 off. He can clear. Does the Auto Barber buff on turn?
Yeah.
How much does he give? Just 1?
1.
Oh, so he's 2 damage off lethal. So he needs Eviscerate.
So you have the dagger, auto barber. That's 4. Deadly poison 5. Another deadly poison could be
Another deadly poison or Eviscerate. That has to be the draw.
Or yeah, you can't like Tinkoil won't give you enough mana.
Oh, and I actually really like this play by Inspectah because he needs a taunt just to feel safer, and it's not like this 8/1's gonna live much
I
longer.
mean, or just anything like Hellfire or Dark Bomb, like anything he could have drew right there.
Yeah, that's true. Thinking about
Oh, plus he has
Kel'Thuzad.
you might as well. Like he has really nothing else to do, and he'll get that.
That's true.
That Mountain Giant back. So.
Yeah, it develops the board the best.
Zane's just like, oh, that's why he killed this Mountain Giant, and doesn't draw lethal.
Unfortunately,
Well,
he actually did come so close to
Put him at 2 health again and call it a day.
Yeah. Yeah, and Inspectah, wow, just barely managing to take this game. Xaenne just by a little smidge not being able to close this out. Gonna be 1 damage off lethal. And you hate to see that, but really well played on both players' parts. Coming so close. I mean, how often do you see a game where you both players end up getting to 1 health? Just
It's very rare.
yeah. Wow, but great series. Phenomenal game this one, and Inspectah's gonna whack away with Kel'Thuzad. No BM. Respect is given. Respect is definitely due. And Inspectah gonna take this series 2-1 on I think definitely on the back of those Molten Giants.
Yeah, the Molten Giants is what gave him the pressure to make Xaenne make tough choices.
Yeah, I think Xaenne could have maybe chosen to wait one more turn to bait out a Molten Giant, at least one, and just kind of see if does your opponent have it, does he not?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it was a very close game, and like you said,
Extremely
very
close, both of
respectable
them.
games.
Yeah, I actually think Xaenne did end up playing like pretty well. Like he came, I mean, barring a few things where he could have like chosen to bait, but I guess for a strategy where he's like going so aggressive anyway, just go all in, and at the end just hope you draw into what you need to finish to close out the game. And he just didn't. And sometimes that happens, and that's the game. But
Yeah, it's a close one. So that'll be it for streaming for group play. We're gonna go see who made it out, and we'll bring you the semifinals here shortly as soon as we figure it out.
all right.